One of the most common reasons couples break up in their 20s and 30s is this battle between career and relationship. So many times I'll be on a one-on-one call with a coaching student and they'll say they broke up with me because they wanted to focus on their career. And that genuinely makes me so sad because career and relationship are not mutually exclusive. You don't have to pick one or the other. You can do both. And by no means am I saying it's super easy, you can balance both really easily. I'm not saying that. Even if it's not easy, it doesn't mean it's impossible. And I promise you, from everything I've learned in life, you need a little bit of both to actually be a happy human being. And in today's video, I'm going to give you practical, actionable strategies that help you integrate your love life and ambition into one beautiful life that you feel happy and fulfilled living. So for part one of this video, I want to go into the details behind why this is such a struggle. Like, why did this become a whole thing of you have to choose career or your relationship? Why is this such a debate or a problem? And I believe there's 3 reasons for it. The first reason is that from day one, we're made to believe that you have to pick one or the other. I remember being in school, and if I went to class with a new hairstyle or like colored my hair, all my teachers in school would be like, do you come to school to do fashion and impress boys, or do you want to study and succeed in life? I never knew why it was an or. Comments like this from your friends, family, parents, society make you unconsciously start believing that you have to pick or the other. If you are too busy with your love life or chasing people, you will unconsciously give up your career or sacrifice your studies. We're made to believe this since day one, but it doesn't have to be that way. The second reason is that we're made to believe that we can't have it all. I'll give you an example. If I'm doing like my manifestation board or I'm like praying to God, I won't say I want $10 million. That seems unreasonable. It's like I'm asking for too much. So I'll say a very small, reasonable number and maybe God will give it to me. Can you imagine? Like, I'm praying to God, like to an unknown universal entity. Even then, I don't feel like asking for too much because I don't want to be unreasonable. I can't have it all, right? That's what we're made to believe. But that is so crazy. Like, look at Obama. Obama and Michelle Obama are like the epitome of a power couple. And he's so many times said that she's the reason he's so successful. She's his strength, his backbone. So there's enough evidence in books, history, and real life couples that we know who have mastered being in a beautiful marriage and being successful. You do not have to choose one, but we're made to believe that we can have the best of both worlds. Reason number 3, and I believe this is the most genuine reason, is burnout. Relationships and career both take your time and energy. So a lot of times people believe that if I give up one or just ignore one for some time and prioritize the other, my life will get easier. There's less struggle, less effort to put in, and you're just focused on one thing and you don't have to worry about the other, which I understand to some extent, but that is an excuse for not managing your time and priorities well. I do believe if you want to be happy in life, just eliminating one and focusing on the other is not the right path. For a happy, fulfilled life, you need both. Which takes me to part 2 of this video on why you need both. Someone watching this video would be like, why? Why do I need both, right? I do understand if you want to become the top 1% of the world and you're a really ambitious person, you will have to grind, you will have to make sacrifices. Of course, your life is not going to be easy. However, imagine getting to the top, achieving everything you've prayed for, dreamt for, worked hard for, but there's no one standing next to you smiling year to year because they know what you've been through to get there. I'll give you a personal example. When I made 100,000 followers on Instagram, my mom, dad, family, everyone cheered for me, right? It wasn't like I didn't have someone cheering for me. But you know who was the happiest? My partner. Why? Because he and only he knew all the struggles I went to. He knew how many nights I went to bed crying when my videos didn't work. He knew how many nights I was having anxiety when my account had like a status block and I was just losing followers every single day. He knew when I was having a creative block, a panic attack, all of it in the process of achieving my dreams. But I had my partner cheering me on, going through the crazy phases of my sadness, problems, anxiety with me. And then when I was at the top or I achieved my dream, he knew it and he was so happy because he exactly knew what it cost to get there. That is why it's important that, yeah, you grind, do your thing, achieve your dreams. But if you don't have that person who's lived through that struggle with you to shout and scream and cheer you on, it's really not worth it when you achieve your dream. I truly believe it's not fun to be a millionaire and be lonely. Neither is it fun to be in love and broke. I'm not recommending either. I'm recommending a balance of both. Which takes me to part 3 of this video, which is the part that I alluded to, actionable strategies and steps to actually come out of this zone where you think you need to pick one or the other. So get ready, take notes. This is the part where I really help you go through step by step a process that's going to help you rewire your framework of thinking about career and relationship. It's a 7-step process, not intense, not long, but it's going to really help you get accustomed to believing the balance of both is the right path for you. So step 1, define and visualize what your successful life looks like. Now, even if you've done this in the past or you know what you want, redo this after having heard everything in this video. The reason I'm asking you to do this is I want you to sit and visualize, is your dream a Mercedes, or is your dream a Mercedes with a family in it? Is your dream traveling the world, or is your dream traveling the world while holding your partner's hand and watching a sunset together? Start visualizing your ambition, dream, career, life with your partner in it and see how beautiful that feels. If it is alone, Mercedes and blah, 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 then go ahead and do that. But most often or not, when you think of your life at 40 and you see a beautiful family living in the dream mansion, it'll be worth it. Step number 2, communicate your vision and ambition with your partner. I want you to sit down and tell them about your dream life. What do you have in mind? Where is this passion coming from? Did someone insult you in your childhood that you're so hurt from that you want to prove them wrong? Do you want to prove your friends wrong? Do you want a better life for your parents? Did you see struggles? Whatever it is, wherever this innate passion of career is coming from, first tell them that. This will help your partner understand you and your crazy need to become successful so much better. You underestimate your partner's ability to understand you because you're not telling them the whole truth, the story. Once they know where your passion is coming from, they will become a lot more understanding too when they're able to see where it's coming from. And reason number 2, when you share your dream with them, it becomes their dream too. They see those dreams with you, they visualize that with you, it becomes your dream. It's not, this is my career, I want to achieve it, I'll come back to you when I'm done. It's, hey, this is our dream, let's do this together. I'll tell you a personal story. I remember one of the biggest fights Sharik and I had was when he was leaving for a meeting and I was really emotional about something and I just wanted him to sit and talk to me. And he was like, I don't have time for this. And I was like, how could you not have time for me in such a sad moment? You're leaving me alone, blah, 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 blah. It was a huge fight. Now, this fight happened because he didn't tell me why this meeting was so important. I just thought it was a meeting like any other day. And I was like, I never asked you to not go to a meeting. You can like make one exception for me. But I didn't know that that was one of the most important meetings in his life and it was a lot was at stake. So he couldn't miss it, but he didn't communicate that with me. So then it became a fight where I thought, why aren't you doing this? He was like, why aren't you understanding? So now the number 1 rule we have is I know his priorities, I know his ambition, I know exactly why he's doing what he's doing and I'm super supportive. This is because his dream is my dream and my dream is his dream and we do whatever we can to support that. Step number 3, I want you to establish non-negotiables. Rather than breaking up and giving up your relationship, find a medium that works for both of you by establishing non-negotiables. I'll give you an example. One person's non-negotiable can be, hey, I at least want to go on one date every 2 or 3 weeks. That's my non-negotiable. The other person's non-negotiable can be, okay, but you have to promise me you cannot fight with me when I'm in my meeting or give me any trouble during that. That's a non-negotiable. You have to give me time and space when I'm in my work day. Another non-negotiable can be you have to talk to me at least 20 minutes before you sleep, even if you don't talk to me all day. Whatever your non-negotiables are, Meet halfway. If someone says you need to talk to me 60 minutes every day, that's not possible. Someone says I can't talk to you at all, that's not possible either. Meet halfway, but have non-negotiables that make you both feel satisfied. The person who needs love feels okay, he's giving me as much as time and love as he can, and the person who's really busy and driven and busy with their career can say, she's not going to give me any trouble, I believe in her, she understands my priorities, and I'm going to give her time whenever I can. When you will do this and you both become a support system for each other, you will realize a strong supportive partner is the best thing you can have for a successful career. Step number 4, use their ambition to fuel you. You are a sum of the 5 to 10 people you're surrounded by, and your partner is a really integral part of that circle. Use their passion to fuel your career. Become so invested in building your dream life that you don't have time to fight about you don't love me, you don't have time for me. Become so busy chasing your dream life. And you might say to me, I don't have such crazy ambition, or I don't want to earn so much money, that's not my priority, which is absolutely okay. But focus on your hobbies, learn a new skill, start an NGO, help other people. Everyone has to have that. It doesn't have to be monetary, but you have to find something that fuels you, excites you, creates the light in your eyes, and makes you feel good. Step number 5, communication and calendar are your best friend. Schedule ambition and intimacy in your calendar. There's nothing to be ashamed of that you're scheduling things in your calendar about your relationship or your partner, and it needs to be organic. If you're super busy, everything should be scheduled. So schedule those monthly dates, or schedule a text message you want to send them to make them smile. Put those relationship things in your calendar. And similarly, communicate your work blocks. Tell them you have a meeting from this time to this time to your partner, so they're not sitting there wondering, does he love me, why is he not calling me, when you're in fact just super busy talking to someone or going to a networking event. Schedule relationship and ambition into your calendar, and then communicate that calendar to each other. I'll give you a personal example. If I have no idea what my husband's doing, I will call him 20 times on repeat. Even though I know it's a bad thing, I'll be like, where are you? What happened? But if I know he's in a meeting, he could be gone for 6 hours and I won't even text him once, because I don't want to bother him, because he's communicated to me he's meeting someone important, and I'm sure when he's free, he'll text me. Communication is extremely powerful. It gives your partner enough to wait for you, enough to understand you, enough to be a supportive partner, but that's only true if you communicate. And another aspect of communication is give your partner freedom to express their emotions. Freedom to tell you, hey, I feel insecure when you're doing this, or hey, I feel like you don't love me when you're doing this. And then sometimes reassure them. Don't make it into a fight. Don't make it into like, I don't understand, why don't you understand me? And that's lack of freedom of expression, which makes things even more worse. Sometimes your partner just needs to vent it out, be it career stress, where they're like, I'm really stressed, I can't deal with this, blah, blah, blah. That's also okay. And someone saying, I feel like you don't love me, that's also okay. Just comfort each other. Take turns to comfort each other. You have to know your end goal is we want to be together. What can we do to make that happen? Step number 6, invest in self-care. This exactly targets the problem of burnout, where you feel like your relationship or your career is a burden on each other. When you schedule breaks, when you pace yourself, when you invest in self-care and giving yourself time to just breathe, you will become a much more healthy and successful person. You believe that going all in and not taking any breaks is the grind that you need to get to. I can attest to you, I used to be exactly that person who would give up everything just to achieve my dreams, not hang out with family, not go out, not take a break, not watch a movie. I used to think watching a movie was like illegal. How could I waste so much time? I just need to work. I used to be that person, until life literally put a break and they're like, my back broke, I couldn't sit, I couldn't work, I couldn't travel, I couldn't do anything. So you think giving up your career or relationship and going all in the other is a good idea? It's far from it. You need to be extremely healthy mentally and physically to be a good partner, or to be a good employee, or to be a good entrepreneur. Health is underpinning everything in life. If you're not healthy, you're not going to be able to do either. So schedule self-care. That could be having screen breaks every day, going on walks without a screen, scheduling yoga classes on the weekend. That is taking out time to go watch a movie. Even if you're super ambitious or if you're super in love, whatever it is, you have to schedule self-care, or it's going to all come crashing down because you're trying to manage too much. Step number 7, which is my solution to almost everything in life: keep a long-term vision. When someone says, I'm going to break up with this person because I want to focus on my career, that's a very short-sighted statement. You're just thinking, these 2-3 years I'm going to go all in and then we'll see, or like these 5 years I'm going to give my career, and then one day you wake up and you're 40 and you're lonely. What are you going to do then? Do not keep this short-sighted vision. Think about the amazing life you want to live with a beautiful partner and a family. Repeatedly go back to that vision of the dream life you have with your partner in it. If you have the long-term vision of, I need to be with my partner, I love this person, yes, sometimes it's hard to be with them, yes, sometimes I don't have time for them, but the goal is to be with them, you automatically will find solutions. You automatically will find time. You automatically will know how to balance both. And I've given you multiple strategies for this. So keep that long-term vision. Every time you think, oh, let's just break up, or I'm too tired, I'm giving up, they don't understand me, you both have to ask yourself, I'm in this for the long term. I'm in this because I want to support her career. I want to support his career. It's our dream we want to achieve. I won't get mad today. I will understand them today. And please don't underestimate the power of an understanding, supportive partner in your career. It is actually beneficial for your career if you have a strong support system. So don't make the mistake of giving up one or the other. I promise you, you can do both. It's a matter of choice. I love you. I hope you have the most beautiful career, most beautiful relationship, and you're very happy in life. I hope I could help.